Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Love for Intuitive Astrology. So today I will talk about this upcoming new moon in the sign of Cancer, and this will happen on the 17th of July at 24 degrees and 56 minutes. And I will start with the general description of this new moon, and then later on I will check it for each and every single sign, okay? So you can check your sun sign, your rising sign first, and if you want, you can also check your moon sign, okay? So what you could do as well is check in your natal chart if you have any planets around 24 degrees in the sign of Cancer. Write in a comment below if you have any planets there, because this will enhance the experience of this new moon and also the lessons regarding that planet, right? So this new moon is going to have a little bit of different feelings. You're going to feel this way and then you're going to feel this way. There's a lot happening. There's a lot of different aspects that bring on different things, like old wounds might come up. And this is because this new moon is squaring Chiron, and Chiron is in Aries. This is all related to your identity. It's about your insecurities and what is holding you back from the things you want to do. However, on the other hand, we're gonna have the sun and the moon, because with a new moon, the sun and the moon are in conjunction. They're sextiling, which is a positive aspect, Uranus. And this is about freedom. This is about breaking free. This is about feeling rebellious. And maybe this day and around this time, you're ready to face some kind of struggles that are related to old woundings. And this could have to do with power struggles as well. Or is there an area in your life where you are scared to change? Because the North Node is squaring Pluto, and this is really about power struggles that are holding you back from where you need to go. This could be power struggles within yourself, right? This could be like, I don't want to take the next step. This could be a lack of boundaries or dominating the other person. So with Pluto, it's always either or. You either carry it with you, and the natural way to carry Pluto is to have firm boundaries and to use this inner power as a strength to help other people. That's the most positive way to deal with it. And the nodes are also trining Venus and Mars, right? And Mars moved into the sign of Virgo. So this is about taking action on cleaning, but also mental activity. So you might have a lot of thoughts coming up, and at the same time Mercury is squaring Jupiter. So be aware that all the things that you're thinking, and if it's not that positive, that you don't spill too much. Because with a square with Jupiter, it's like oversharing, overthinking and oversharing. And maybe you're sharing something that you don't want to share. Maybe a secret about yourself. Maybe something that was kind of should have stayed with you, you're sharing, like gossip or things like that, okay? So be aware that you don't overshare around this time. And of course, this new moon is in Cancer, which is a very nurturing sign. This is about the home, the mother, and it's opposing Pluto. So for some of you, you're going to go back to your childhood and you're going to revise some old woundings regarding your identity. Like, can I fully be myself? Am I fully accepted for who I am in my own family home, my own family dynamic? So your own parents or your own created family, right? So there will be a lot of questions coming up, and this new moon is also trining Neptune. So can you imagine how many dynamics are playing out around this time? So there will be a lot of overthinking, a little bit of confusion, dreaming about better times and how to get there. So this is really the time to meditate, to think, and to really observe what is happening around you, because with Pluto there might be some push and pull effect. Are you trying to make people love you? Okay, and this is a bit triggering that I'm saying that, but this is something that might come up. Or are other people trying to manipulate you to love them? And be aware, Venus retrograde is just around the corner with this new moon. It's already the shadow period, so you're gonna start feel these energies already, okay? This feeling of, am I good enough? Little bit of insecurity, and this is happening in all of us, right? So it's not like it's one person. Everybody has their own things, and it's about diving deep and accepting what's there and how can we deal with it and how can we love ourselves more. I did make a separate video for Venus retrograde, so check it out to see what it means for your sign and how you can work best with these energies and all that stuff. The nodes also recently changed. They went from the North Node in Taurus to the North Node in Aries. So this enhances the healing of yourself, your identity. As Chiron is there and the North Node is there, there's going to be a huge focus on your leadership and how can you take more initiative? How can you be more courageous and more brave in certain areas? And of course, I'm going to discuss it for all the signs, so you will know a little bit better which areas you can take into account. Okay, so it's gonna be a push and pull dynamic. It's gonna be maybe even a little bit frustrating, confrontating. You're gonna hear maybe things that you don't really want to hear because people are gonna overshare. So be aware of that. Okay. I'm ready to go with all the signs because I don't want to make it too long. So let me put on the first sign. Let's see. Oh, you have to put the hour. I wish I could show you my screen that I'm putting up. I have an astrology program and this is how I read all the signs for everyone. So, okay, let's start with Aries. So this is for Aries sun, moon and rising. But I recommend you to watch at least your sun and rising, most important. So for you, this new moon, it's in its own house, in the 4th house of family, and you are really craving to be home with your family, with your self-created family. And it might be that your work is pulling you out to do things for work. And you're like, I really crave to be home. I crave to have some rest. And for some reason, you're gonna keep being busy with things. Maybe you're a parent and you have to do things for school, or some of you, the school already ended, right? We're in the summer vacation and you have to do work, or you have to arrange some summer camp or whatever your work is, right? You're gonna be pushed into that. And you're gonna have to find a midway between resting, spending time with your family, like maybe your family is visiting you, and you also have to work, and you're gonna have to find a midway in dealing with that. Venus is in your 5th house in Leo. It's preparing for Venus retrograde. So if you have children, this is something that there are going to be a lot of lessons regarding your children and how you can love them, and how maybe in your childhood you were maybe not as loved as you wish you were, and how can you be a better parent. If you don't have kids, this still relates to your inner child, so you're gonna relive things from your childhood, and you're gonna see like what made you sing when you were younger. So maybe you're gonna pick up a hobby and do something that you really wanted to do for quite some time. So it's really a time to express yourself and to embrace what you've been hiding. Maybe you have a certain talent and you're like, no, that's in the past. I've done that in the past and I'm not gonna pick that up again. But now it's gonna hurt. It's like, I used to enjoy this, and why did I stop doing that? So time to pick up an old hobby, an old, your creativity, maybe something that you used to do. And it's time to really go back to that. And this could be because you have children and you're gonna do it with them, or you're gonna pick it up on your own. Also, this might be a time where you're gonna rethink your previous relationships. Some lessons are coming up, some things that maybe some time you spent with an ex and now you're comparing that to your current relationship. Or if you're single, you're really rethinking, who is a good match for me? What do I actually want? Do I have a clear idea on how people can nurture me, how people can love me? And this is really related also to this new moon in Cancer. How do I want to be loved? Because so many people don't even know what they like, who they like, and what they like about themselves. So it would be really nice to make a list of all the things that you like about yourself and a list of what you would like to attract in another person. So the second house, you have Jupiter there and Uranus, and Jupiter is squaring Mercury in the 5th house, okay? So there might be some overspending. If you sign any contracts, be aware of over promises, like maybe they promised you something more than you actually are getting or that you actually got. But at the same time, it's still a really good period for earning money, making money, and it's like things are just coming to you. Like certain offers are coming your way, and make sure to save some money, because with Jupiter, you also tend to overspend, spend too much, and then there's not much left, for as savings for when Jupiter is moving on from the 2nd house. Doesn't mean your income will be the same and same stability, but it's always good to put something on the side for a rainy day. Okay, let me get some cards, cards. Changes in your life. And we're having the moon card. Well, Cancer is ruled by the moon, as you all know. And you might want to pull forward some changes, your living situation, and also your internal situation about how you feel. Do you actually dive within yourself and think, what do I feel? And then I get the month of September. So for some of you, that's a birthday. If you're a sun sign, Virgo, ascendant, Aries, for example. But it could be that September for you would be a good time to start something new. It will feel like a refreshing new start, especially because September will end Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, which we will have over the summer, which is gonna make us all a little lazy. Pay attention to your finances, like I said, right? And I'm not making this up. I'm pulling these cards from around 200 cards. Your finances. So put some money aside for a rainy day. Look at the opportunities that are around you, because there are definitely a lot of opportunities that are coming your way. Well, the last card, happiness and well-being. Okay, so this is a pretty good period for you. For some of you, if you have Aries ascendant, moon, or actually sun, between 0 and 5 degrees, you're gonna have Neptune so close to your planet, so you might zone out, be a little bit dreamy, but this is a really amazing time to grow spiritually and to develop psychic skills, meditative skills. All these things you can do at this time, so this is really perfect time to do that. The North Node in your sign, the South Node in the 7th house. So you're really letting go of attaching too much to partners, and there's going to be more focus on you. So if you gave yourself away a lot in partnerships, you're now more focused on you, and you dare to also stand in your own power and really embrace the leadership qualities that are naturally within you. Okay, so that's my message for you, my amazing Aries. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And also, I do private readings. You find my email in the description box below, and maybe one day we'll have a reading. So let's move on to the next sign of Taurus. So Taurus, let me get your chart up. Hope you're all having a really amazing summer. As you can see, I'm glowing because I'm happy, but I'm also very warm at this time. I'm in the south of Spain, and it's really, really warm summer. But I'm not complaining. I'm in a really beautiful place. So Taurus sun, rising, and also moon. So yeah, let's check what this new moon in Cancer has in store for you. In the 3rd house, you will have this new moon, and this is related to your neighbors, your communication. For you, it's very important to accommodate people the way you speak. You have a very nurturing way of speaking, and you will maybe need to tell some people how you would like to communicate, what is important to you. What are the ways you like to talk to someone? And this is also a time to go on a holiday. However, this new moon is opposing Pluto in the 9th house, so it might not go as fluent as you would like it to go. So there might be some problems with the transport, maybe a delay. And because of your Jupiter in your 1st house, you're going to be very optimistic, so you're not going to be too bothered by it. This is such a nice time for you, a great new start to begin something new. Keep in mind, we do have Venus retrograde this summer. So Venus retrograde is starting very, very soon. So the shadow period is also is already starting in the 4th house for you. I did make a separate video about Venus retrograde, but it definitely has to do with your family, the way you were loved by your family, and how you love yourself, right? Is there a pattern in love in your family that you want to break? This is your time. So you might feel a little bit more distant if you were in a relationship with your partner, and you might need some more time to go within to really see, how can I step up when it comes to loving myself? How can I nurture myself? Maybe you need this holiday by the beach, because Cancer loves water. But there might be some obligations. Some of you, if you are religious or spiritual, be aware that if you go to some spiritual retreat, that Pluto is opposing this new moon. So you might have to deal with someone that is a little bit cold-like, okay? Or someone who is very drawing the power to them and not empowering others. Pluto has different degrees, just like Scorpio. And it's really how you deal with this power. And some people are in the business because it's growing so much, and they're in the business not to help people, but to really get attention, okay? Get their nurturing done. And if you're a very empath, Taurus, if you're very empathetic, you're gonna give, you want to accommodate these people. That's why empaths are so attracted to very egotistical people because they have something that they lack. So it's time to nurture yourself, and a lot of your focus is on your self-worth and how you can be the best version of you. And because you're shining, because you're glowing, you're gonna attract a lot of things to you. Yeah, so do not overshare with your family about something you're doing if you don't want to, because Mercury is squaring Jupiter, which is kind of oversharing. So maybe you're sharing about your projects and you're not done yet, and people are gonna start to be involved, like family members want to involve themselves in a project that you're doing, which should not be the case. Okay, let's get you a card. Rooster, arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. This is related to, right, this person that is gonna dominate you a little bit. This could also be if you're making a trip and there is some customer service and someone is really trying to gaslight you, like, you know, just go away, don't complain. These are situations that might come up, but good fortune is around you because of Jupiter in the first house. So be aware that a lot of things will like end up on its feet, and you're gonna be fine. Look at that. Luck is on your side right now. Discord amongst friends and family. This is what I just told you, right? So you were doing maybe really well and people start to be a little bit jealous, or they might start to gossip about things. So make sure to stay in your power and to let people talk the way they do. You have Saturn in the 11th house, so it's not the best time to be around friends. And you will see also who are your real friends, Taurus, who are really there for you. That's gonna come up. In need of help, assistance, or guidance. So maybe with some things, could be with work, you need some assistance or guidance, okay? Or you're going to a palm reader, because look at this hand. Going to do some palm, or you're gonna learn about it yourself. Advice from a friend. Okay, so make sure this advice is good or not, because right now you really have to distinguish who's your true friend and who's not, because you're in a period of exploration and improvement. And with the nodes, now the North Node is in the 12th house, so you're definitely gonna focus also on resting. So don't overdo it, also take a rest sometimes. So that's my message for you, my amazing Taurus. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. That will truly help me grow this channel and bring awareness about astrology and intuition. And I'm helping you to develop your intuition and also improve your consciousness. So yeah. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here. I super appreciate you. Let's move on to the next sign of Gemini. So Gemini. Let's get your chart up. Yeah, if you put seconds, it will take a long time for it to... So this new moon is going to be in your second house in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is all about nurturing. So in a way, money for you is something that is nurturing you. It makes you feel good. You know, you can treat yourself with money, and you can, treat yourself well when you have the money that you want. So there's going to be a focus on money, but also this new moon is opposing Pluto in the 8th house. So there will be some money matters coming up regarding maybe a court case, regarding taxes, regarding any type of papers that you have to fill up, any contracts, any loans. Okay, so make sure that you read everything well, because someone or something might be too good to be true. So keep asking. Don't be shy to ask questions to this person. Really ask, like, okay, What are the details? How can if I take this insurance, if I take this offer that you're giving me, what exactly does this entail? Yeah, maybe you have to pay a fine or something like this. You have to really look at the details and see if everything is correct. Okay, this is also about not overspending. Don't spend too much on comfort products right now. Saturn is in your 10th house, so some of you might feel heavy, you have to work a lot, there's a lot of pressure. Maybe you got the job you wanted or your authority job, but it's really hard work, and the universe is really testing you right now. Like, how much responsibility can you handle, and how can you stay calm and work hard in the best way possible, without complaints and all of that. That's Saturn. It's kind of hard, right? It wants you to learn your lessons. So it can also restrict you. So it's like you have to put more effort than usual to get a job or to find a job. So it's going to be more difficult. And Saturn wants you to appreciate, right? And to really look for something, to really work hard for that. Jupiter and Uranus are in your 12th house, so you're really focused on your spiritual growth. Some of you might have very vivid dreams, like you will have a lot of dreams, and maybe some answers will come in your dreams if you have certain questions. So ask the universe a question and go to sleep, and the next day maybe your dream will tell you a lot about what you need to know. There's also something with a study. So if you're studying, because Venus retrograde is about to happen, it's about to come, there's already a shadow period now. So there might be feelings of, can I do this study? Maybe you have some delay or difficulty and you're like, can I finish it? Maybe you need to do a resit or a re-exam, or you just struggle picking up something that you were studying. And there might be some delays, but you will get through it, okay? So just take your time, if you can, and get through this study. You also might be intrigued to visit or travel a place where you've been before. Maybe you've been before, or you're gonna visit a sibling abroad, or visit a sibling in your own country, but it's kind of a trip. These are the energies that might come up. This new moon is also squaring Chiron in the 11th house. So there might be some problems or woundings coming up with friends. Make sure to not overhelp friends financially, or, you know, when they want a lot from you, make sure that you stay in your own power, that you don't give away all of your energy, okay? I'm getting wealth, so definitely money opportunities are coming your way, and also to get wealth, you need to get some things in order. So get your stuff in order, so you know, you can build your wealth from there. Misunderstanding. So there might be definitely some misunderstandings with friends, some painful situations. Maybe you're being betrayed by a friend and you really don't understand why, but it might simply also mean confusion. Just confusion, like misunderstandings, miscommunication. I'm getting 2 months, December and March. So if you are Gemini rising, you could be a Sagittarius or Capricorn, or Aries, Pisces. But also it could be a time where you started this study or you started this trip. These are important months for you. Oop. Be aware of greed. So it could be that you're dealing with someone that wants to take from you, or wants to take money from you. Could be a friend. So make sure that you are not overly giving, because you're gonna feel very generous with Jupiter in the 12th house. Guaranteed success. Okay, so just keep going. Opportunity or windfall. So things are gonna go your way. So keep working towards what you have in mind. Like a lot of you have a vision, so keep working towards that. Okay. Then I get family matters, and we do have Mars in the 4th house, so could be a little bit of a restless energy going on in the house, but make sure to stay calm in that situation. Okay, so this is my message for you, my amazing Gemini. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next sign of Cancer. So happy birthday to my lovely, lovely Cancers. If you have your birthday around the 17th, or maybe it's on the 17th, it will have a great impact on your whole year chart, right? Because in astrology, very often you're actually, well, in astrology, your year is actually from birthday to birthday. That's your real astrological year. Okay, and this is how we count as well. So it's in your 1st house, this new moon, and it's opposing Pluto in the 7th. So this is a time where you're going to see very clearly the power struggles that are kind of happening in your relationship. And these power struggles could have to do with your work as well. Maybe your partner thinks you work too much, because the North Node is now entered Aries in your 10th house, and it's squaring Pluto in the 7th. Okay, so your partner may think like, hey, I don't get enough attention, or your partner is working too much and you feel like, I'm with a workaholic, and you know, we're never really seeing each other, we're never really hanging out with each other. So this will come up. And at the same time, if you work with someone, so a business partner, there might be some clashes going on. You might have a different vision on how you see the future. So you have to become in alignment and in agreement with your business partner. How are we gonna do things? And how can I nurture myself in this relationship, in this business relationship, in this romantic relationship? Am I feeling validated, nurtured, cared for, or am I just giving, right? Cancers tend to give a lot, and this is why you have this shield around you, because you sometimes feel like you need to protect your vulnerability, because other people might take advantage of that. Jupiter is in the 11th house, so this is a really good time for networking, a really good time for organizing things with groups, like workshops. With Uranus there, it could also be something online. Yeah. Saturn is in your 9th house, and with the opposition of Mars, there is some struggle maybe with a trip that you're making. So it could be that if you are traveling somewhere, there might be some delay, frustration, and if you travel with your siblings, this could also be that there might be a little bit of tension between you all. So make sure to keep it on the calm side. Okay. Venus is in your 2nd house in the shadow period. So your money matters are going to come up. Maybe you feel a lack of money. There's suddenly like, am I good enough to earn money? Do I deserve this amount of money? You will really start to dive into your self-worth. Don't tell people how much you earn around this time, because there's really a point of oversharing around this time, Cancer. So it's not a good time to share your earnings. Dealing with a man. Maybe there is a man in your life that showing a little bit of jealousy. or this could be a partner who's very controlling. So be aware that you're not with someone controlling or with a business partner that's controlling, okay? March. March could be a significant month for you, maybe your birthday month, if your sun, you know, if your sun is in Pisces or Aries. For you, I feel I need to get like a love card, or at least it's these beautiful heart messages for Cancer. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So this is a time to look within and to feel why certain things are coming up, because there is some insecurity about work, because Chiron is in the 10th house with the North Node, about do I deserve this money? Yeah, there is some struggle, some doubts that are gonna come up, okay? But as always, everything will always be all right, will always be fine. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're really on the right track. So make sure that you know that, right? These are just the points to be aware about, but always you have the power to change. So this is my message for you, Cancer. If you like this channel, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much, Cancer. Let's move on to the next sign of Leo. So Leo, for you, Cancer is in your 12th house. So this is a time for you to rest. It might be that you have a lot of work to do. Might be that work is demanding a lot. This is because the new moon in your 12th house is opposing Pluto in the 6th. It's pulling you out of this rest. So you really have to find ways to nurture yourself, like take a bath, go for a swim, you know, really cleanse yourself, because Jupiter in your 10th house means a lot of work, in the sense of you might be very lucky at this time when it comes to work, but it could be also very demanding. And it's also very important to take care of your health. So if you're overworking, make sure to also rest, okay? Not to try not to be there for other people too much, because this is really a time where you're focusing on work and where you're focusing on your own rest, your own mental state, that you're feeling calm. You know, Saturn in the 8th house, it's not a really good time to do investments or to accept any investments. This is really a time where you go towards your own goals and you take enough rest to think about it. So how to deal with the next steps and your goals. Your vision is open, Leo. Completely open. You can see a lot of opportunities. It's like you are now in a lucky cycle when it comes to your job. So if you don't have a job yet, keep opening your mind and see what could possibly be good for you, okay? Venus is in its shadow period. It's gonna be retrograde in your sign in the 1st house. So there will be a lot related to how you love yourself, and around this new moon, how you nurture yourself, okay? How do you recharge, cleanse, and what is holding you back from fully loving yourself? What don't you like about yourself, and why? Where does it come from? So these thoughts are coming up, and it might be that you are distancing yourself a little bit more from your partner, because Venus retrograde wants to go internal. Okay, and the nodes have shifted as well. So probably the North Node in Taurus has pushed you into a new direction. For some of you, have pushed you especially in your work situation, really showed you what is your destiny, what do you need to do, and now it's moving into your 9th house. So this is about spirituality, traveling, getting to know different cultures. And Aries is about your identity. So it's like, how can I explore my identity? True culture, true spirituality and worldly knowledge. Okay, Leo, let's get you a card. Well, whoa, they're falling out too much, too many. Okay, a heartache over what you no longer have. So some of you are definitely going through a heartbreak, also, especially if you're an early degree Leo, so between 0 and 5 degrees, you know, wait a second. Yeah, Leo ascendant. I had a brain freeze. It's so warm that sometimes I feel my brain is melting and I forgot what I said. So Pluto is very close to your descendant. For some of you, this is a breakup. And for some of you, it's a transformation. You're almost like mourning your old self. Like, whoa, I'm in this new place. And somehow you are kind of grieving the old you. Okay? And then the other one, it's crazy because I said it and now I'm reading this. You will be playing a different role. So you're definitely in a new cycle in your life. And it's really important to keep working on your health and your self-nurturing, because it might be that work is going to take a lot of your time. So you also have to rest. Compliments from an admirer. So people probably admire you in your work. You're really seen right now, and you actually might have a secret lover because this new moon is in your 12th house. So maybe someone is secretly having a little crush on my lovely Leos. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Okay, so there might be people in your workplace because of Pluto in the 6th house that they are a little bit jealous of your success, and they might be gossiping, or they might be like putting you off your path a little bit. Okay, so don't be too distracted by that. Stay within yourself and keep shining, keep doing great things, Leo. You're gonna have an amazing year, or years, so keep going and keep thriving because you deserve it. And I hear like a beep outside from a car, so that's extra confirmation. So this is my message for you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings, and you find my email in the description box below, and I'll hope to see you next time, Leo. Bye bye. Let's move on to the next sign of Virgo. Virgo. Oh wow, this is not going so well. I'm with this wheel, the wheel of my astrology wheel, and it's going like everywhere. Anyways, so Virgo, how are you doing? How is things? Hope you're doing well, my lovely Virgos. Mars is in your 1st house now, so you're gonna have a lot of more energy. You want to move forward, okay? So this is a good time to take some action, to do some sports. And Cancer is in your 11th house, and it's opposing your 5th house. So there could be some power struggles happening between either your friends or your partner. So your partner might say, oh, you spend too much time with your friends, or your friends say you spend too much time with your partner, okay? And you're trying to juggle everything because there's so much going on. The planets are so spread it for you. You know, some of you Virgos are definitely traveling a lot. You're in a time where maybe you want to do backpacking, you want to travel, you want to be out there, you want to be free. You're meeting a lot of people, and maybe your partner is like, hey, but what about me? Or maybe your children feel that you are overlooking them a little bit. So make sure to stay in connection with them, to stay in contact with them, okay? Saturn is in your 7th house, so this is really about hard work in a relationship. This is about commitment, and if you're single, this is a time where you're taking commitment very serious. So it's like either I'm dating someone that wants something serious, or I'm completely out. I don't want to be with someone flaky. I don't want to be with someone that's not committed. I'm really going for this commitment, okay? Venus is very close to your ascendant, sun or moon when you're between 0 and 5 degrees, and it is preparing for its retrograde, okay? And you will have already, so between 0 and 5 degrees is really all about your self-love. It's about how can I honor myself? How can I love myself more? Maybe you want to change something about your looks. However, Venus retrograde is not the best time to change your look drastically, okay? Like cut your hair crazy or do like a very cosmetic procedure. That's not very good time to do that. Because, yeah, no major procedures, okay? Like small ones is totally fine. And around this new moon, it's really time for you to be out there, have fun. Don't let yourself be manipulated into things you don't want to do. So also if you're dating, maybe your friends are giving you the wrong advice about this person, you listen to your own intuition regarding your relationship, regarding someone you're dating, regarding maybe hobbies or something you're doing. You should be the one listening to yourself, and nobody else should try to push you into something you don't want. Okay? Let's get you a heart card. I'm getting 2. So, we're having new beginning. New beginning, Virgo. So, a new adventure awaits. For a lot of you, that's a travel. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So maybe you wanted to be a digital nomad. This is the time to do that. Maybe you're becoming some kind of spiritual teacher, or you're going on YouTube, you're teaching, maybe you're teaching something technical as well, because Uranus is there too, or maybe becoming an astrologer. Welcome to the club. Yeah, it's time now. Now's the time. And then I have trust. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So maybe you've been waiting for this transformation, but if you're not accepting where you're in now, you cannot go to the next step. If you're not grateful for what you have now, it's hard to go next thing. And trust me, a lot of things are awaiting for you, okay? The upcoming years are very beautiful years for you, Virgo. So open your heart for love, open your heart for travel, for work. It's a lot of things at the same time. So take care of yourself, but you can do it, okay? So this is my message for you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Let's move on to the next sign of Libra. So my lovely Libras, for you, we're gonna have Cancer in the 10th house. So this is all about work. And this new moon is opposing Pluto in your 4th house. So this has to do really about your family situation and about your work. So maybe you feel like you want to work from home and you can't work from home, or your family is trying to get, want to influence the job that you're doing. Maybe you have some disagreements. They're trying to tell you what you should do in your career, and you're but like, I'm happy doing this. I don't want to become, I don't want to become a lawyer. I want to start my own restaurant. So this is what I want to do. So make sure that you follow your own heart and your own feelings when it comes to your career, Libra. So yeah, absolutely. And then Venus is in its shadow period. Okay, it's gonna station retrograde. So it's in your 11th house. So a lot of you will feel this struggle with some of your friends. Also, Mercury is squaring Jupiter in the 8th house. So be aware with the secrets you tell to some of your friends, because they might tell other people as well. Maybe you're in therapy and you're sharing your wounds with them and your vulnerabilities, and they are sharing that with other people. So be aware what you say about your relationship or about yourself, because that might be spread through the friend group, okay? Also, this is about you and how you maybe feel unloved sometimes by your friends, not seen. Maybe you feel like you're giving more than you receive. These feelings will come up over the summer when Venus is in retrograde. Okay. Also, there are some difficulties when it comes to your work and your relationship. So if you're in a relationship, you're gonna feel that you have to be there for your partner a lot. Maybe you feel like you have to take care of them, or there's just this constant fear of abandonment when you're in this relationship, and you're maybe throwing yourself in your job because of that, okay? For some of you, you're single and you feel that relationships are just, it feels very difficult. It feels heavy. Maybe you keep attracting the wrong people. So there have to be an understanding that maybe the type you attract is someone who needs you to give a lot. And it's time for you to not overly give to everyone, Libra, but to focus on you and to get, you know, your own strength in order. And then when you find the right partner, you are able to be in a healthy relationship, okay? And this is the South Node in Libra, the North Node in Aries. You have to find a stability between being yourself and being with a partner. Okay, let me get you some love card or a love message. Okay. Well, beware of what you are projecting for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities that you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, this is very deep message. So the things you like in another person and you think you don't have, it's not true. You also have them. They are mirroring the talents you also have. So people you are maybe envying have something that you also have but not acting on. Okay? Equally, people you don't like have things that you also have, or projecting things from family members, okay? Could be either or. Okay, I have a card. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart and not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. So if you've been in your head a lot lately, like you've been thinking with the head, not with the heart, what is it that you want? Okay? What do you want, Libra? Are you doing what other people want you to do, or are you listening to your own heart? Follow that. So that's my message for you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. And I hope to see and speak to you next time. Okay, bye bye. Let's move on to the next sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, for you we have Cancer in the 9th house, and this is about you. A lot of you Scorpios might go on a trip. You might go traveling. Maybe you're going to the sea or to a river or to a lake to really relax. Be aware that this new moon is opposing Pluto in the 3rd house. So if you're going on a holiday with siblings, there might be some power struggles. Maybe a sibling is going to be jealous of something that you have. Maybe you're able to travel a little bit more, or there's some rivalry going on between you two, okay? If you are studying, because 3rd and 9th house are also about studying, it could be that there might be some struggles for you to finish it up. And this could be due to maybe someone you have to work with. Maybe there's a difficulty in collaboration. But it could also be that you would like someone to help you with something, okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help from people so you can pass your exams, so you can pass this study that you are doing, okay? You have Jupiter in the 7th house. So Scorpio, this is your year for love. A lot of you are going to find someone in your life that is a true match for you, okay? And if you're already in a relationship, this is a beautiful 2 years to get married, okay? To get things to the next level. And this is going to be someone that lets you free completely, because Uranus is there too. It might be a relationship that's a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit different, but you don't care because you like this person. And that's what is most important, Scorpio. You follow your heart when it comes to your relationships, okay? Venus is in your 10th house, and it's going to be stationing retrograde soon. And this is all about you and your work and how you value yourself. Maybe you were doing something before. You might go back to an old job or an old project that you worked on before, and you're going to go back to that. It's also about, do you value and love yourself enough to put yourself in a higher position? Maybe you felt, because Scorpios like to work hard and undercover. Okay, they don't speak up too much, they're not very loud. Not all Scorpios are like that, right? So sometimes people are passing you, and that could make you angry sometimes. Like, hey, I did all the work, and the person, my colleague, is screaming the loudest. Well, you did everything, okay? So make sure you show people what you're doing and what you have done, okay? Definitely for a lot of you, there's a lot of transformation in your family situation. So you might start your own family. It could be that you are in a tense situation with your parents, and especially, could be with either or, but it could be especially with the father. Or mother, because 4th house is actually also mother. So both one or two of the parents, there might be definitely some restraint and some difficulty. Let me get you a love card. Balance, Scorpio. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Okay, so I have a few things to say, because a lot of you are experiencing relationships, or you're going out, and it's like Scorpios are, especially the ascendant, are not so good with boundaries. This is totally not true. I know a lot of Scorpio ascendants who have very bad boundaries. This is also a water sign. Water signs are terrible at boundaries, okay? They might have a hard shell, but once you love someone, it's like you give away yourself completely. So you have to find your balance in this, Scorpio. Don't give yourself away completely, okay? Be within yourself, in your own frame, in your own body, when you're with someone else, okay? You don't have to overly give to have this wonderful relationship with someone, okay? Also, don't run away with the first fight. Sometimes you have to fight. You have to challenge each other. You have to disagree, okay? So don't just agree to keep the relationship in a nice flow, okay? Be as powerful and independent as when you're single, okay? A lot of you change when you're in a relationship. Suddenly become very giving. It's not all Scorpios. You're either too much in your power or you're too giving. And there has to be a midway, a balance. Healing. So there's healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So for some of you, this might be someone from the past or someone that you're currently with, and the situation is healing itself, okay? There will be a lot of healing regarding your relationships, and you will really move on to this next chapter. You're ready for that. So this is my message for you. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this resonates with you. I also do private readings. You find my email in the description box below, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for being here. I super appreciate you. Bye bye. Let's move on to the next sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, for you, this new moon in Cancer is in your 8th house. And 8th house has to do with your intimacy, vulnerability, sexuality, transformation. And it's opposing Pluto in the 2nd house. 8th house is also all about money, but it's not your money, it's other people's money. So be aware if there is some type of inheritance or a court case or government papers, insurances, that you really read them well, and that you divide, if you divide it with other people or a partner, maybe you're in a divorce, that you divide the money well and in an honest way, and that your partner does the same. So stand in your power if they are trying to take, and it's all about finding a midway, okay? Negotiate. Negotiate well. Who gets what? Saturn in your 4th house is restricting your connection with your family. Maybe you are arguing a bit more, or you feeling just very distant from your family. Your home situation might feel a bit cold. So it could be that you and your partner are feeling a little bit more divided than usual. And this is also because Venus is in its shadow period, and Venus retrograde is coming up. And Venus is in your 9th house. So you could be traveling or traveling back to a place you've been before, okay? You might be even visiting family, but it might be like you're feeling this coldness. You're feeling a little bit removed from your family, okay? If you're moving, it might be also you have to pay attention to all the papers, the contracts, the money, because they are not maybe as they seem. So read the details very well and make sure that your house is, everything is in place, everything is where it should be, and don't be afraid to negotiate or communicate. Okay, Chiron is in the 5th house, so there could be that your child needs a lot of care, a lot of attention, and you are able to heal a lot from your own childhood through your own children right now. But it does feel very painful because they might take on the same pains as you have, or they might be having some kind of disease or illness, and you have to take care of them, okay? So just hang in there if that's the case. I'm having some heart cards for you. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. And this is the love of your partner, your children, your friends, but most of all, the love of God, the love of the universe, because once you are in this peaceful moment and you are so grateful and so appreciative, this is when you feel the love of God, the love of the universe going through you. And this is what we are meant to be, okay? And this is how people that are very spiritual, they get these glowing eyes, this glowing face, because they feel God within them, okay? And this is the secret. This is the secret to manifestation, to happiness, is to feel God within you, okay? And I know this is very spiritual, but, you know, I feel like astrology is not just logical for me. It's just also something that brings you closer to the divine. And the same with the cards, to find this love in yourself again. And to know that life is about obstacles, ups and downs, and all those things. But in all of it, you can still love yourself. You can still love your life. And you can still appreciate what's around you. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. That's how deep. And, you know, feel it in your heart, the love. Maybe if you feel like people are not giving you the love you would like to have with this Cancer new moon, it's all about nurturing. So maybe it's time you feel that love through yourself, through your own spiritual practice. You know, and I see so many judgments and things from different religions, but why can't we just accept that we have different ways to reach God? Because in the end, the universe is about energies. So good energies, doesn't matter what you do, you know, you choose, follow the light or follow the darkness. And you can be in any religion, any spiritual practice, but the light is everywhere. Doesn't matter what you believe in. And the darkness is also there. Doesn't matter what you believe in. So you as a person have a personal choice. Even if you're atheist and you want to be a good person, you choose the light. And I feel that this is what unconditional love is about. That you choose to be a good person, to love yourself unconditionally, and to accept other people in their choices, okay? Yeah. I see so many channels with chosen ones and special ones, and this is all ego, okay? Because if you're a chosen one, you wouldn't speak up about it because you don't have that ego, okay? I find it quite funny to see it, because what's a chosen one? A chosen one is someone who chose the light, so everyone can be a chosen one, okay? It's ego. All right. Sagittarius, romance. Okay, so for some of you, there's definitely a romantic cycle coming up. Maybe someone is coming back from the past that you've met on a trip, or you're going to someone that you've met in the past, and you are going back to this romance, okay? That's my message for you, my lovely Sagittarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I really hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Let's move on to the next sign of Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. For you, we have this new moon in your 7th house of relationships, okay? And it's opposing Pluto in the 1st house. So you're gonna have to deal with some power dynamic, power struggles in a relationship, business relationship or romantic relationship. So either you're the dominant one or the other one, and you're gonna have to find a midway. So give the other person space to be their nurturing selves, and give yourself space to also nurture yourself, okay? Find the right balance between those two, because not everybody is like you. People are different. So it's very good to let people free in how they want to be, and maybe they're not as hardworking as you are, because you are really, you can be super hardworking, right? Having super goals, and the other person might be different, more emotional, because you are attracting Cancerian people that are more emotional, that need time, and they can nurture you and warm you and bring you this warm heart, okay? I have seen, though, people with too much Capricorn being restricted from working, or work is delayed. Okay, so it depends how many planets you have in Capricorn. For some of you, it's even you have a partner and it's not going, or you meet someone new and this partner is not in alignment with the wishes of your family. Chiron is in your 4th house, so it's definitely a difficult situation regarding your housing situation, regarding your family situation. Maybe you need to take care of family a lot, or there are just really difficult periods with your family, and this could affect the relationship you have with your partner. So the struggles you have with family might also affect your partner, okay? My nose is itchy. But so yeah, a lot of things. Venus retrograde is about to start, and that will be in your 8th house. So you will see a lot of transformation when it comes to your vulnerability, how your love situation, you will see massive transformation on self-love, but also on your money situation. So this could have to do with an inheritance. This could have to do with the way you see money, and maybe you're accepting more money from your partner or from other people that are supporting you. Okay, Capricorn, wait. I'm getting wait. Do not rush into it. So this is also about a relationship. If you meet someone new, don't rush into it. If you get a new job, take it slow, or a new project or a new business, one step at a time. Allow nature to take its course. So if you meet someone new and you're super happy, you know, you have Jupiter in the 5th house, this could definitely have to do with romance. And for some of you, it's even you get pregnant or you're expecting a child, but don't rush too much, you know? Reflection, getting reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all work out for the best. So because of Venus retrograde, everybody is going to be a little bit more distant. So your partner might be more distant and it could freak you out a little bit. And this is because everybody right now needs to reflect on love matters, love situations. So they might take a pause before they text you. They might have, they're not as communicative as they could or should be. Okay. Last but not least. Okay, beautiful, beautiful images, right? These cards. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. So a lot of you Capricorn will meet someone new. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So hold on to what you are looking for. So don't take the first person that's coming your way, but listen to your heart. Who fits me best? Okay, so that's my message for you, my amazing Capricorns. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Let's move on to the next sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius, for you, this new moon is going to be in your 6th house. 6th house is all related to your work, your colleagues, your health, your pets, and you're gonna have to make sure that you take enough rest. So find a good balance between working and resting, okay? Because a lot of you are feeling a bit restless. It's almost like you want to beat your nature. You want to beat your body. Like, I can go further than my body requires. And you are an air sign, so sometimes you have trouble being in your body and listening to your body, okay? It's like, really feel when it's time to rest and to stop and to not keep moving, or keep working. And Pluto, for people who have 0 and 5 degrees, sun, moon, or rising, is very close, and it's bringing this inner power, this inner strength, this will to achieve. but also it's bringing massive transformations, shocking situations, right? One thing is this and the other thing is that. You're going to be pushed towards new beginnings and you're going to have the willpower to do it. Okay, you can handle struggles. You can handle that because Pluto gives you the power to deal with the underworld and to solve it and to go up in the light. Okay, Venus is going to be stationing retrograde soon in your 7th house. So your partnerships, your relationships, your business relationship are going in sort of a reflective mode. You're going to really feel and see what you have to solve in your relationship. Are you happy in this relationship? What do you need from your partner? And in order to understand this, sometimes you have to detach, right? And this feels sometimes scary to the other person. It's either you detaching or the other person or both. And it's a scary thing, but you kind of need that to reevaluate, what do I need from you? If you're single, you're going to think about what you need in a committed relationship. Is it what you had before? And for some of you, definitely you will hear from some ex or from someone from the past. And it's a great time to get closure. Or if you still have unfinished business, to take that course and see where it takes you. Jupiter in your 4th house is a beautiful placement for working from home, working with real estate, moving, redecorating. There is some luck regarding your family. Maybe they're giving you a lot of support, a lot of happiness, or even money. Because your own money might be, your income might be not as high as you wish it would be. And Neptune is making you spend a lot. So money might be a little bit restricted, a little bit more difficult to come by. So it might be that your family is going to support you with that. So let's go to these beautiful heart cards. A message for you, Aquarius. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So Aquarius, when was the last time you told yourself that you love yourself? When was the last time you really appreciated you for just simply being you? It's almost like maybe you're waiting for someone else to appreciate you, but all you have to do is say that message to yourself. A message for you, from you. Balance. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that supports, both supports and challenges. So Aquarius, sometimes you just agree because you don't want to deal with the issues. So you would be like, okay, yeah, whatever. You do whatever you want. And you let it go and you don't talk things through. Let me know in the comments if that's you. Because I know Aquarius can be a little bit detached. So you would just agree because you don't want to deal with too many issues. But sometimes in order to create balance between you and another person, could be friends, colleagues, relationships, you have to speak up and tell your truth, okay? Because otherwise, people cannot always guess either what you mean, okay? Because there is Chiron in the 3rd house, so there is a way where you feel you swallow the words and you're not speaking your complete truth. And it's in the 3rd house, Chiron is squaring the new moon in the 6th house. So this could also have to do with your work, where you're not speaking up, where you feel like maybe you're not good enough, you are, and this has to do, like, people can't read you sometimes, and that's why there might be some struggles in the workplace, okay? Speak up about how you feel, what you think, and show these expressions so other people can relate to you. Okay, so that's my message for you, my amazing Aquarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye bye. Let's move on to the last but not least sign, Pisces. So Pisces, for you we have this new moon in the sign of Cancer, and in your 5th house. So 5th house has to do with your children, it has to do with romance, and this 5th house, Cancer, new moon is opposing Pluto in the 11th house. So there might be some conflict between you and your friends. Maybe your friends feel like you spend too much time with your kids. Maybe you started dating someone new and they feel like you're spending more time with your date or with your current relationship partner and not enough with them. Okay? Though it's like your life right now, you're doing so many things at the same time. There's so much, a little bit of pressure on you, Pisces. Like, you have to do a lot of things and people are like pulling you in different directions, and you don't always know where to put the boundary, where to say this is enough, this is what I want. Okay, Saturn in the 1st house is giving you a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things to take care of. Okay, Chiron in the 2nd house is kind of painful situation. Maybe you need to spend a lot of money on your children, or a lot of money on your hobbies or on your romance, and you feel like money is going out too quick. It feels like you just can't seem to hold on to it, or it's really hard to earn money. And you know, be aware of not giving away too much, only the necessary things. Because Chiron in the 2nd house makes you want to take care of other people money-wise. And it's literally bringing problems into your life because of it. You know, overspending. And this is going to create these woundings. Also, make sure that you value yourself enough that you put yourself in a position of leadership. So you tell them how much you want to earn and what your earnings are, okay? Or should be. Okay, I'm getting twin flames. So I'm not a huge fan of this whole twin flame story. Like, I have my own channeled messages I've gotten about twin flames, and they do exist, but it's 2 people who solve their karma, spending their last life together. And nowadays the whole world has twin flames. It's not so rare anymore because everybody wants to have a twin flame. But why not be okay with a soulmate? You know, unless you want to be a very highly spiritual being that is super evolved, you can meet your twin flame for sure. And some people actually do meet their twin flames. It is out there, but it's exaggerated, and a lot of toxic relationships get the twin flame name because they say, oh, they run and then you run. So they see rejection for a good relationship. Okay, but let's go on with the positive for you. I feel like you are becoming more in balance with yourself. You more and more know what you want and what you don't want. And this is because of a chaotic situation in your life. It's like, because there's so much happening, you have to become more firm and more responsible with your time. And for a lot of you, there is a chance of meeting someone new. There is a chance of even reconciling with someone from the past, or someone from a past life, right? Venus retrograde can also represent past life. You can see that in the chart. And it's like you're getting back this passion of creating art, passion of being in love again, and allowing this to flow through you. Okay? I'm getting this beautiful card. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims. It simply allows and gives. So it's about, you know, if you want space, you also allow the other person to have space. It's a two-way. And Pisces, you need a lot of space in relationships, right? You're very romantic and you like to be in love. You like to be in a relationship for a lot of you. Depends on other placements, right? But it's like at the same time you need a lot of confirmation from your partner. So you want to be free and the other person needs to confirm and like secure you in a way. Make sure that that's both ways. You secure in both ways. So you can imagine that, you know, both of you need space sometimes. So if the person doesn't react straight away, that's maybe because they also need a bit of space, and finding this balance, you know, embrace through each other, you find the missing pieces. So it's like you're embracing the other person. If you're single, it's about rebalancing within yourself, giving yourself space and knowing that a relationship doesn't happen quick. It happens with time, with flow, and also with a bit of effort. So embrace that you find yourself through maybe someone that's a little bit different. And this could be something very beautiful, okay? Overall, very positive message. Yeah, if you like this channel, subscribe to it. If you... I'm losing my words now. Leave a comment below if this resonates, and I hope to see you next time, Pisces. I super appreciate all your support, so it keeps my channel going. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and until next time.